Hello everyone, welcome back to Atreyu Crochet. So in today's video, I am going to be showing you how to make this very easy, basically one row pattern scarf. I think the stitch is called the Suzette stitch. So yeah, let's get right to it. Things you will need include one skein of yarn, a crochet hook. This is a medium 4 yarn, which normally calls for 5.5 millimeter US, but because of my tension, I'm going to go a little bit larger, size J, 6.0 millimeter US crochet hook. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a darning, weaving, tapestry needle to weave those ends in. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to create a slip knot. I'm going to leave a decent sized tail because that'll make it easier to weave in the yarn at the end. Okay, so wrap it around your finger, twist, exchange like that. Pull this one over your finger like that. Pull this one over that one and off your finger while pulling up on the one that's still on your finger. And insert your crochet hook into that loop like that and pull to tighten. Alright, so we're going to chain an odd number of stitches. Okay, for me that's going to be 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So I have my odd number of chains, okay? This is going to be the width of my scarf. If you want yours wider, then keep going. Or if you want it shorter, stop earlier than 15 chains. Just make sure it's an odd number. Alright, so now what you're going to do is you're going to bypass that first chain from the hook. We're going to go into the second one. Okay, so first chain from the hook, second chain from the hook. So we're going to put a single crochet in that second chain. So skip and go into the second one like that without yarning over. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 2 loops, 1 and 2. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Now back in that same chain where we just put that single crochet, we're going to make a double crochet. So we're going to yarn over first, yarn over, go back in that chain, okay? Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops this time. 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, even though 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2, okay? And now we are going to skip the next chain. So that single crochet and that double crochet, they're in that chain. Here's the next chain right there. We're going to skip it and go into the one thereafter. So skip, and then in that one, we're going to put a single crochet again. Okay? And then back in there, we're going to go and make a double crochet. So back in there. Yarn over, pull through to the front. 3 loops, yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2 this time. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Okay? Let's do it again. Skip the next chain, go into the one thereafter. So this is the chain we worked in. We're skipping that one and we're going into the one thereafter. Skip, one thereafter. And in that one thereafter, we're going to put a single crochet. So insert your crochet hook, yarn over, pull through to the front for 2 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Yarn over, go back in there for a double crochet. Yarn over, pull through to the front for 3 loops. Yarn over, go through 2, 1, 2. Yarn over, go through 2, 1 and 2. Okay? And we're going to keep repeating that. So skip, go into the next one, put a single crochet, and go back in there and put a double crochet. Repeat. Skip the next one, go into the one thereafter. Put a single crochet, go back in there and put a double crochet. Okay? Do this and I'll meet you once we get to the end. See you there. So in the very end, you should be left with one chain. In that one chain, we're just going to put a single crochet. So just enter it without yarning over and make your single crochet. Now we're going to chain 1, turn our work, and in that very first stitch, the one single crochet that we just made, the same one that chain 1 is coming out of, we're going to put a single crochet and start the whole pattern all over again. Okay? So slice the icing off the top of that cake, that stitch, making a single crochet. And go back in there, same place, and put a double crochet. Like that. Okay? Now we're going to skip the next stitch. So we're going to skip that one, and we're going to go into this one. Okay? If you were to look at it from this side, you're basically skipping the double crochet there, and we're going to crochet into that single crochet on that side. Okay? So we're skipping that one, crocheting into that one. And you're going to see that you're going to end up always crocheting into the single crochet. We're always going to be skipping that double crochet. Alright, so skip, go into the next stitch. So skip this one, go into that one, and that's where we're going to make our single crochet to start the pattern. And then we're going to yarn over, go back in there for the double crochet, like that. Okay? Here's the next one. Skip that, go in that one, make your single crochet, and then go back in there for the double crochet. Okay? I like to give you the aerial view because you can see the tops a little bit easier, especially with this color. Skip, but go into the next one and make a single crochet, and then back in there for the double crochet, like that. Okay? Skip, single crochet, back in there for double crochet. Skip, single crochet, back in that same stitch for the double crochet. Skip, single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. Okay, and then on the end, skip the double crochet, and then at the very end, that's where we're going to put our single crochet. So you always end with the single crochet. Okay? Alright, let me switch to the other yarn so you can get a better idea of what it looks like, just in case you're struggling to understand from these darker colors. Alright, so I just completed this row, chaining one, and remember that very last stitch will be which will be the first stitch of the next row. That's where we're going to put our first single crochet. So turn your work, that same stitch that chain one is coming out of, we're going to slice the icing off the top of the cake and make a single crochet. And now we're going to go back in there and put a double crochet. So yarn over, back in there for the double crochet. Okay? Skip that one, and instead go into that one and start the pattern again. Single crochet, double crochet. Skip, single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. Skip, single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. Skip, go in here for the single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. Skip, single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. Skip, go in the next one, single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. You guys can sew this down. Skip, back in there for the single crochet, back in there for the double crochet. And on the end, we're skipping that double crochet, skip, and then in this final single crochet, that's where we're going to put a single crochet. Then we'll chain one and start it all over again. Okay, so you see it's just that one row repeating over and over, but you get this really beautiful pattern. Okay, so I'm going to continue working on this, and yeah, I'm going to meet you once I get it to my desired length. See you there. Alright you guys, so as you can see, that little bitty swatch that was paired up against that light green has become this. But don't worry, I haven't finished it yet. Turn here. This is the final row that I'm on. Okay, and I just had just a little bit of yarn left. Let me zoom in. Yeah, I just had a little bit of yarn left, so I'm just going to fasten off. So I just made my final single crochet there. I'm going to chain one and pull through, fasten off. Now I'm going to use my darning, weaving, tapestry needle to weave in these tails. So just take your needle, feed the yarn through the eye, and pull. Try not to split your yarn. Sometimes you can't help it, but it helps to kind of roll it to get it together. If it's really fuzzy like that, you can always cut it down, assuming your tail is long enough. Okay, Just try to get most of it in there and then pull like that. Okay. All right, now we want to go through an area that matches the color yarn that we have in our eye. That be this, right? Because it's not this color. Right here, it's this color. So we're going to go through those stitches in one direction. Okay. And then you can just pull like that so it doesn't come off your eye. And then we're going to take a slightly different path, going back in the opposite direction. Okay. You don't want to take the same path or you'll undo what you just did. So go through a slightly different path, going through some stitches and pulling through like that. You can weave back and forth how many ever times. I am okay. I feel like it's secure. I'm okay with just once in one direction and once coming back. I will pull this so that it's back to its original shape. I cut my yarn without cutting my work. And yeah, there we go. Alright, I'm going to weave in this tail at the beginning and then I'll meet you so we can wrap this video. Alright you guys, so this is the final product. As I said, that little bitty swatch at the beginning, which was maybe like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 rows, right, has become this beautiful scarf. And I just love the look of this. You know, for those of you who are intimidated by the star stitch, this could be a good place to start, and this could be a good substitute because it kind of gives that star, or I should say those star stitch vibes. It's a tongue twister, right? But I like the texture of this. I like how, you know, looking at it, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's kind of raised in certain areas. And you can see that something is going on, you know, within those stitches. Of course, when you crochet, you know that it's not really much going on at all, just a single crochet and a double crochet. But as I always say, consistency is the key, and when you're consistent and intentional with being consistent, beautiful things can be created. So just because it's a simple stitch doesn't mean that you can't end up with something absolutely amazing. And then on top of that, if you pick the right yarn, which will showcase, you know, whatever stitch it is, that just adds a whole other dimension. And I think that is what has happened with this scarf. I think this is going to be another favorite on my channel. So, alright you guys, that is going to be it for this video. But you know I'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, happy crocheting!